everybody. New Mod Pod
Hello,
Podcast.
how's it going? Welcome back to another
Good,
podcast.
man.
We're doing
Doing
something a
good.
little different than we usually do. We're
Something
gonna do a
we
review.
usually do. Yeah, we're doing
A little different.
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Something we've wanted to talk about lately. We have talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, we have a little bit. We actually watched the final episode together.
Yep,
This
we
was
did.
kinda cool.
We watched it we watched it Friday or Saturday.
I don't think it matters.
I guess it doesn't.
We watched it Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
I guess
there
that's
are
like a
many spoilers in
Yeah.
this episode. Lots of
Like,
spoilers.
obviously, that's just gonna come with a review.
So, like, if you haven't seen it yet and actually care to watch it, go on Disney Plus, watch it before you watch this. Yeah, I think let's just get right into it.
Okay, so what did you think about the beginning of WandaVision?
So the very beginning, I thought it was cool. So here's where I stood kind of before that, when the ads started releasing. I didn't think it looked that appealing, honestly. Like, I mean, I like my Marvel
Why?
stuff, but I watched the first teaser trailer that released, and it just didn't look as appealing. But then
Do you think it's because the black and white?
No, that wasn't it. I don't know. I just did, like, I never really cared for those two characters in the Marvel Universe all that much, or the MCU. But I thought I'd give it a try one day, and I watched the first episode when it came out, and I liked it, and I kind of just mostly just wanted to see what happened next, because, I mean, the first episode already hooks you, because, like, it's so weird, and
Yeah.
it's very different than a lot of Marvel stuff, I think.
Well, I kind of had like a different thing. I was like mostly watching it on like reviews and stuff like that
Oh,
till I
really?
finally figured out how to get my Disney Plus working. So I
Oh,
kind of knew stuff ahead of the time, but it was still very entertaining to watch it through.
no, it was good. I really like it. I started watching a few episodes in, and I started getting into the more, like, there's this town that, there's this crazy thing going on that obviously Wanda is, um, causing. And yeah, you need to know what happens next, and so you keep watching and it hooks you, and it's entertaining and it's cool.
Yeah, it's like why is this happening? Why these people are being
Right.
enslaved? Like in the first episode, you don't know what is happening at all. You're just like watching them do this.
You're like watching
But
an
as it goes
old
on, you
black and
slowly
white
start to
TV
see that
show.
these
Like, you have
people
no
are
idea.
trapped. You slowly start to see these people are trapped, and like the stuff starts slipping through the cracks because she doesn't know what she's doing and all that.
Yeah. At first, actually, I thought it was someone else doing it. Like, I thought she was, like, trapped in, like, a simulation type thing or something like that. That's what I thought at first. I mean, did you have any ideas of what was going on in the first episode? Well, you did watch the reviews
Yeah, I
before that.
watched reviews,
Oh,
so
okay. So you kind of already
I think
knew some stuff ahead of time.
yeah, I think it must. I think the
Okay.
people I was watching were very educated in Marvel, so they like basically just told me. But
Right.
otherwise, I would have been very confused and like, what the heck is this?
But yeah, no, I barely even cared about either of those two characters. In the earlier movies or earlier films. But
I know. When I was watching Endgame, I was like, okay, Robot Man dies. I guess.
so
He
yeah.
gets another power stone, and I'm like, okay. But now I think that they have a lot more depth, and I really want to see more out of this. The people who made this, because they did a great job on it.
Yeah. I don't know. I heard things that I heard some things that there might not be a second season, which we'll talk about.
If then, that's okay. That's fine.
I guess so. it's a little disappointing to me, but we'll talk about that a little later. I want to start, I want to talk
Yeah,
about
we
kind
gotta get
of,
through the show, beginning to end.
right, that's what I'm saying. So, no, I liked it. Like, it was
So, what do you
interesting.
think about this little reveals? Like these people are trapped. Were you like, what the fudge is happening? Like, did you think they were in the simulation too, and that
I
Wanda was
thought,
like
well,
just confused?
at first I thought it was like a simulation or something. Because, like, in the first episode, at the end of the very first episode, it cuts, like, it zooms out. Remember on, like, and you see they're in, like, a, like, someone's watching them on a screen, like, in, like, a camera type
Yeah.
room. Yeah. And I thought that they would be in, like, in a simulation and someone's, like, watching them in there. Turns out that
Oh,
wasn't the case.
interesting.
That's just what I thought at first, and then I started watching, and
Well, I mean, like, what did you think about the guy, her choking the guy?
um, which guy?
Like, when he was eating his food, he choked on it
Oh,
after
yeah,
he
yeah,
said something to her.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
what
she's
do you
like,
think about
Vision, help
that?
him. I didn't know what to think. I thought it was some kind of like glitch. That's what I thought.
I was like, what the heck? Even though I already know, but I was like,
Right.
still like, oh my god, she actually is evil in the beginning, at
No, I didn't know what was going on there. That was just weird for me. But
least.
I really liked how each episode went a decade up. Um,
And no, it's not just like some throwaway thing. A lot of those people were very dedicated to making it
oh
in
yeah,
those times.
and yeah. Well, and then the actors themselves, like, it just felt like in the first couple episodes, I would have moments where I would forget that I was watching a Marvel film, and then I thought I was just watching like like an episode of an old TV show, like an old 50s or 60s TV show.
Yeah, with like a weird tone.
Right. And I just kind of like didn't think about the whole Marvel theme of it. Like I was just going along with the story.
Yeah,
And
they could. I don't know if they could have, but I think it'd be interesting if they never went out of the bubble. Like they actually just kept doing that stuff, and she was like evil
like
about it.
by the end of the
I think that
season,
would have been a pretty interesting thing to happen.
you mean like by the end of the season, like it ended that way?
Like she held on to her memories and she didn't want to give them up.
Hmm. That'd be kind of probably a darker ending.
Yeah, but it would be a little bit better than what we
It'd be
got.
more
So
interesting. Yeah.
it's something to think about.
There's definitely more to show with the Scarlet Witch. I mean,
I heard the reviewers making fun of the girl who became like cum or something.
she became goop.
It was,
What was that
yeah.
about? Like,
I thought that was pretty dumb
then
too,
wouldn't a
but
bunch like if that was from Wanda, wouldn't like a bunch of those people in there like be getting superpowers?
yeah, that's also the thing. It's like if they've been in there for that long,
Longer
but I
than her.
guess
She was only she wasn't.
people's reasoning is that she went through the wall twice, and the wall has more changing effects
Oh,
rather than being
interesting.
inside. But
Yeah.
also, I still think some of those people should have had some little superpowers then, right? Because they went through it
Or
once,
some
so they
type of
just.
power, yeah, like I don't know. Maybe they do and they
But
just didn't
no.
focus on it. Or
Also, she was kind of
maybe
She was a throwaway character. Like she really. She was only interesting when Wanda got pissed at her, and then she's just there.
then she's just kind of, yeah. I don't really know who else to be more interested in that show though, because like,
Oh,
I mean,
my. We could also talk about the reviewers I was watching were actually kind of pissed how the Vision on Vision thing ended
really? Why is that?
because they were saying is that they ended it too fast, and we didn't get to see any more Vision afterwards. So they were just mad that they just threw it away, basically. But even though the fight was cool, they said they still wanted more after that.
Like more
Instead
of,
of just like Vision, like I'm Vision, go away, and
oh, like,
they wanted more information about Vision, what happened after.
right. That seemed kind of sudden, huh?
What's
Like,
also interesting, I bet people could just find out the YouTuber by me saying this stuff, but that one of them was like saying that Vision, the one in the hologram, was actually being a douche because he didn't tell her and made her suffer through the harm of losing him again. He didn't tell her that there was another Vision out there waiting.
hmm.
They call him a douche for not telling her.
I mean, yeah, well, no,
But I
they
mean,
have a point. And I, I don't know. It seemed kind of random to have like, because they created this other Vision that was obviously a bad guy, right? It was supposed to, as one of the
yeah,
antagonists.
and then it literally just instantly ended. That was their big thing.
Right,
It's
that
just
was
like
kind of, it just seemed
built
so
him up and
sudden.
then went for it.
Like maybe if they built him earlier, like a couple episodes earlier, maybe something like that.
Or they could have a two-parter final episode.
Or that, yeah. Or yeah, or a 10th episode. um,
Yeah, exactly.
it was still cool though.
But
The whole show was the style of it.
yeah, I liked it a lot. Hey, the ending might have been okay and fine, but everything else is like great.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
really like this
It kept you entertained, and that's what a show is supposed to do, right? I think maybe just story-wise, it's possible people could be upset.
Well, they could be upset, but I feel like people are like, it's not a bad ending. I
But
think
the
it's
show
not a
does its
bad.
job. It does what it's supposed to do, I
But
think.
that's the thing. I think people wanted them to take more risks or put more things in there. Like
Hmm,
it's not even a risk if you're Marvel, I guess.
yeah.
Just putting more things in there. They wanted more content.
But maybe they're just being, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're being clever and they're just
Well,
building something up, bigger instead of.
yeah, but they said they were ending it, so I guess
They
not.
said they might. I mean, there was I don't remember who
Well,
was saying it, but there was
I mean,
someone.
like even though I'm just saying all the reviewers' opinions. I still feel like me and you had the same effect at the end. We were like, "That's it." Like,
Oh
okay.
yeah, I mean, I was like,
You're like,
well, then I thought the
like
after
okay, this
credits was
is
gonna be
fine.
something like mind blowing or some kind of
You're like 4 minute after credit
4 minute
scene.
after credits. Turns out it
Four
was only
minute.
like 20, 30 seconds, and
Just like,
and
hey,
after
I'd
that
say
it
it's
was
pretty
just,
interesting. I'm glad they had two.
yeah, that's true.
I don't think they need a 4 minute, but that would have been pretty cool.
But I don't know. I mean, it's still a good show, and if they do a second season, which I hope they do, they said like it's not destined to not have a second season. There's
I
still a
don't know.
chance,
Yeah, there's a
but there's also a
chance. There's
chance there
always a
might
chance.
not be.
I
Even if
feel
they have
like
the money and the resources to do it, they still might not do one. But I would like to see a second one. I don't know what they would do.
I don't know. I don't know because the style was that they were going through different times. I feel
Right.
like, and everyone
Like the whole
understood the difference.
television thing, and I think the television, the TV show type thing was its big theme, right? But how do
Yeah.
they somehow how would they top that and somehow have, a
I
more
don't think
similar
they could
theme?
get the same flair. They couldn't have the same flair unless
Right.
they
It would have to
just
be different,
or
which
something.
maybe it would be good for them to just move on to more films after that
Yeah. Mhm.
somehow connect to the story.
Uh, technically, they did a cliffhanger right
Technically,
away.
yeah. I don't. That's the thing though. You don't know what it means, but it's not in like, oh, what does that mean in an exciting way? It's more just
Well,
like,
what did you think it meant when the kid was yelling "mom" to her?
was what was the first after credits? Because I
The first
remember
after
the.
credits was her meeting the alien that you said you knew
Oh,
before.
that was
Like
weird.
what?
I don't know. I
And then
mean,
and then the second one was her in the
okay, so
cottage.
let me give you a little background to that. So those things, I forgot what they're called, but they're like a species. They like they can they're kind of like Mystique from X-Men. They can, shapeshift into different people.
Oh,
They were kind of the big thing. And did you ever watch
no,
Captain
I
Marvel?
haven't. I have not.
You haven't watched Captain Marvel. So in Captain Marvel, that was the big thing, was those people. And I watched Captain Marvel. It was alright, I guess. It was good still, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them bringing those guys back more. Seems unnecessary. Seems very unnecessary.
Well, I wish I knew more about them. They look good, like good people, because they're talking to her, right? So are they good?
Um, yeah, they are good now. So earlier in the Captain Marvel movie, they were like the antagonists, but then they turned out good. I think that's how it worked. I don't know, kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them bringing them more. Like I said, it seems
What about the
unnecessary.
second after credit then?
The
What about the
second
second
one,
after credit?
that's the one I was talking about. Like, it wasn't.
It's the cliffhanger.
It was a cliffhanger that okay. Most cliffhangers are like, oh, what does that mean? And it's exciting, you know. But this one was like, what does
Yeah.
that mean? But it wasn't as exciting. Like that's how I felt about it.
Why? Because of
It
the
just seems
episode format.
random, maybe not random. I don't know what you would even
Well, I
call
mean,
that.
like it's kind of against what they were saying. It's like, why would they add a cliffhanger for something that they're not going to continue more than likely?
Well, every Marvel movie does a cliffhanger, and it's usually for like a new Marvel movie, and it doesn't even have to be in that trilogy. Like it can be like a totally different story, like Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Oh, okay.
that
Isn't that what
type
they
of
did for
thing.
Endgame? And then when they're like in the ship, was that in Endgame?
Um, Endgame didn't actually have any after credits, but it did have. If you're talking about like Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy being
Yeah.
together, yeah, they are gonna
That's
do
what I'm talking
another
about.
Guardians, and they are gonna be Thor's gonna be in that movie, the third one, which I'm actually really excited for.
But yeah, I kind of was interested in why the kid was still with her. I think that my theory is that her power was so powerful that she just literally is having hallucinations at this point.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking so far.
Yeah,
Either
I don't
that
know.
or her kid is stuck inside her dimension that she closed. Be kind of interesting, actually. Maybe
That would be cool. Like they're still there.
yeah.
Like maybe even like that vision is still in there.
And then maybe they like get slowly corrupted over time, and then they break out,
But then
and
the
they
other
start
vision,
playing.
the vision that flew away, like where what happened? What happened to them? Like
So stupid.
what happened to him though?
Everybody's like, vision on vision, let's go. It's like stare at each other or say stuff, and then he leaves.
It started out really cool. Like how they
It
were
did.
like the fight scene was actually really awesome looking. But then like isn't that Vision now? The quote unquote
Yeah.
white
Well,
Vision?
you said it while we were watching it. You're like, he's vision now. I'm like, what?
Right, because he
Okay.
has all of his memories. But is he gonna get with Wanda now or but then like the after credits, the second one,
Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen.
like he flew away and that was like the last of him. That was it. Like
I
where
love
did
how
he go?
the military guy, just made this giant robot to just be freaking tapped on the head and not against him.
Oh my gosh. I
It's
don't
amazing.
know. Like where does he have to he doesn't have anywhere to go. That Vision, the
I don't
white
know where
Vision.
he was going. Why did he freaking break through the thing?
Seemed kind
She's
of
right
weird.
there. She's in there. Why don't you go get her? What the
Or
hell?
like, wouldn't I would have expected to see him at the cabin with Wanda at the very after credits, right? Like, wouldn't you expect that?
Yeah, something. I'm the vision. Bye.
Yeah, I
No
don't
more.
know. And
For
then
funny, I
she's
guess. But, yeah.
I don't know. Kind of have like a kind of got like a villain vibe after that, like when she
Well, the
was
thing is, when I first watched that, I actually kind of liked that they actually talk to each other because Vision is very talkative and like he can probably talk through things
right,
with
and
himself.
it's different.
Well, but they should have added more after second thought. They should have added more and showed him like at the ending or something so we can get more clarity of what
But maybe
freaking
they're doing
happened
that
with
on
him in the rest.
purpose. Maybe they're doing that on purpose, and then you're gonna find out where he is later. I don't know.
I understand this where you don't understand with the show. Could be anything.
But I think that
They're good at surprises, I
and
guess.
I don't know if anything's true, and obviously they're rumors, right? But with Doctor Strange 2, it's gonna connect with the multiverse, and it's gonna have. I mean, it's rumored to have, Wanda's gonna be a big part of it. That's what people are saying. And
Huh.
so maybe they're just building up for that a little bit,
Wait, is
building
Doctor
up her
Strange
power for
a
that.
witch or a wizard? Is he a wizard? Doctor Strange a wizard?
Not a wizard, but he's.
What is he?
I don't really know. He's just. I don't know what.
Magician. He's a magician, man. Something.
All right, let's call him a magician now.
Except for his tricks are real.
Yeah,
They're not tricks.
but maybe they're
Real
just
magic.
maybe like WandaVision was just giving her witch or more like witch powers and her spells and stuff to build up for Doctor Strange. That'd be kind of cool. I think it would make WandaVision a little more
You don't
interesting.
build up to Doctor Strange. I thought Doctor Strange was a good guy.
Doctor Strange is a good guy. What I mean is
Oh.
like her character builds up for that movie. Like maybe her character is gonna build up for that movie, and then they're gonna show her in that movie, and that's somehow her
Yeah,
new
but
witch
that's
powers.
definitely later, like 2022 or
Oh yeah,
so.
probably. I'm actually not sure when that's gonna release. I mean, with whole.
Hey, after this show, I'm gonna be very interested.
Well, then they have a new series coming out, a new Disney Plus Marvel series. That's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I didn't think it looked that appealing, but I thought that with WandaVision, so I'm gonna give it a try.
It's just gonna be action, action.
Probably. I liked
Kill.
WandaVision because it was a little more colorful and it wasn't just a bunch of good guys fighting bad guys. Actually, it wasn't like any of that really. Like until the
In the
end.
ending was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first part, the whole season was so cool because Wanda was kind of the bad guy, yet she was still the protagonist, you know? Like I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
cool. It was interesting.
Was she the protagonist? How does that work?
She's technically, yeah, a protagonist. So, like the main character, the character that they're
Well,
following.
Vision's also a protagonist.
Right. Her and Vision. They're protagonists, but she does kind of have. I mean, she was causing a lot of trouble, you know.
Yeah.
So she was kind of a villain in the sense.
She was a villain.
That's
She was
yeah.
freaking taking control of those people.
So it was definitely different than Marvel movies, and I think that's why I liked it because, like I said, it's not just good versus bad, like just fighting each other constantly. It was definitely more interesting.
It's them watching trauma, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
She experienced trauma and started all that. Trauma of a super god. Basically.
And then the witch coven thing. Witch coven. Coven, probably. I don't know. I thought that was weird.
I thought it was good.
You thought that was what did you think of that?
I thought it was. I don't know. People like the witch thing, but I was like, magic. What? It's like Marvel.
I
I
mean,
don't know. I was a little confused, but I think I got into it at the end.
it was
But-
weird for me.
I did.
I thought it was kind of weird. Like the whole witch thing, especially just like them first just showing it like at the end.
But it makes sense. 'Cause she's Scarlet Witch.
Right.
I guess that's to
But it just
become a
seemed kind of
witch.
like a lot yet random at the end cuz it was so like it wasn't
Well,
even hinted at.
It was revealed in episode 7. They talked to each other in episode 8.
Was it 7?
and then on episode 9, yeah,
You're
because
right. It was revealed at
8
the
was when they
end.
were talking to each other.
Right, because Agnes. That's right, because it was at the end of episode 7, and then episode 8's when they're going through her memories, right?
Yeah, and then it ends up with her on leashing her children.
So I guess it was a couple episodes before. But still,
Yeah.
like, it wasn't hinted at all. Like, anything that was, you
Well, I
know.
mean, you gotta assume what she's doing is magical in some way.
I guess so, yeah.
But I thought it had more. It's more like god powers.
Yeah.
I didn't think witch, because usually you think witches have this like, oh, I'll turn you into a frog or something, like
Well,
Agnes's thing.
not. I mean, if you have you watched darker witch movies?
Probably not. I've probably only seen the ones with crap witches.
Yeah, you should see the more rated R witch movies. They're pretty good.
Oh my
I think
god.
that's obviously not rated R, but they're kind of leaning towards the more darker witch, which I like. But I don't know.
Which I'd like.
Agnes as a villain was a little weird, but it was fine, I guess. I didn't mind it.
I don't know. Yeah, I really liked her character when I didn't know she was a witch, and then it was
Right.
like, okay.
I kind of figured she would play a bigger part, though, later, so I wasn't expecting nothing. But I definitely wasn't expecting her to be the villain.
Well, I feel like I don't know, man. I don't know whether to judge it or not, but I felt like she didn't feel powerful. Like she didn't look powerful because of what happened before. She should where she was just being controlled, or quote unquote being controlled.
Right.
It's completely different. Also, how does that work?
How does what work?
How does she act like she was being controlled?
I have no idea.
Did she let Wanda control her for a little bit and then like do her own things
Or
separately?
maybe
I guess.
Wanda wasn't controlling her at all. But then if she wasn't,
Well, I mean,
wouldn't
she would
she
have to
like
make it
know?
believable. Yeah, I know. She
So
can
that's a
feel
little
her
weird to
dreams.
think about.
Yeah, maybe she could use magic to probably cloak herself
That's true,
or
yeah.
something.
Well, and she knew about the Scarlet Witch thing, so she probably knew about what she was capable of.
I wonder why she didn't talk to her sooner. What'd she say? There was a reason for it, I think. I think she said something about it.
Um,
But yeah, I liked her character before. Not
yeah.
terrible now.
The witch thing was kind of weird when she like
It was a lot.
she was like flying in the air with her witch suit or witch costume or whatever.
Apparently, some people knew.
Really?
Some people knew, man. They knew that it was her, and I'm like, no.
I didn't. I mean, I didn't expect that at all, really.
I guess that's a good reveal then. I'm
I
glad.
guess so. I mean, yeah. A random review, or not random, but I don't know. I don't know what you would call it, but I guess it's pretty good.
There was something off about her.
Yeah.
Mostly that she was always acting like that, but you could easily explain that by just Wanda controlling her. But now you can't.
So, if you were to give this show a rating out of
The
5
entire
stars,
show?
the
5.
season, the first season, which there only is one season, how many stars out of 5 stars?
Out of 5. I was thinking 10, but
Or 10. We
I
can do
guess
either.
I think I would give it 5 out of 5, but if it was out of 10, I would give it 9 out of 10 because the ending.
Okay.
I wanted more from the ending.
I give it 4.5 out of 5.
Okay, no points.
Okay, then 9 out of 10.
Well, I mean, if you go 4 out of 5, you get 8 out of 10.
Because it was
so
really like I would be willing to rewatch the season. Like just for like the first.
Rewatchable.
Hmm.
I guess yeah, just to see what they did with the set design. I'd be interested in watching it.
I mean, I like the. I guess there is a new series. Oh my gosh, we're already at 30 minutes. What the heck? I guess there's a series on Disney Plus where they go behind the scenes of a bunch of Marvel stuff, and WandaVision is on there, so I might check that out.
Yeah, I would definitely. That would be fun to watch. I want to see the Vision actor talk about what the fudge going and wearing that makeup would be like.
Yeah. Well, I just
You
want
know
to
what's
know.
so cool is that in the black and white, he had to wear blue.
Really?
He had to wear blue so it would fit the contrast with the focus.
Interesting. I actually didn't know that. Huh.
It's so cool.
Say
It
I'd give
really
it five
fits.
stars. 5-star rating.
5 stars now that I know that. Yes.
But yeah, because of that.
Well,
Because of Blue
yeah, I
Vision.
guess it's a good reason. Yeah,
Yeah,
five
no.
out of five, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I agree with you. But yeah, I think we're gonna end here.
Well, I guess I wasn't technically as bummed as other people. I only really feel bummed for them because if they are very excited about it, I probably would have been very excited about whatever they were wanted in there.
Mm,
Because then I'll be
I
more
mean,
interested in figuring stuff out. But right now, it's everything solved, so I can't really figure anything out.
well, and to be fair, I'm not a hardcore Marvel fan, so I don't have a ton to say. But
Yeah, but
as
you
a
would still know specific things.
right,
You know, like if something big was to show up, then
but
you would
as a
understand it.
show, as just a show itself, it does its job. I think it's still good. I mean,
No, it does its job and does it
it
very
does it very
well,
well.
like above
Oh yeah,
above the medium, I guess.
oh yeah,
It's not average. It's above average, definitely.
but still good. I.
Yes, very good show. I don't want to knock it. I'm just gonna say 9 out of 10 because ending because of the wanted more, and that's it. Wanted more, and that's a good thing to have for a show.
Yeah,
Right. Wanting more.
yeah. That's a good point. I mean, if you, yeah. So hopefully they'll do a second season. Um, Falcon and the Winter Soldier releases. I'm not sure. Sometime soon, maybe within a couple months.
Definitely, I'll probably check out that at some point
Oh
just to
yeah.
see.
But
This
yeah,
is good. Good.
thank you guys for stopping in,
We'll
joining
talk
in.
later. Check out our Twitches and all that in the
Twitch, yeah, our
description,
Twitch accounts are down in the description. Um,
and we'll see you in the next episode, I guess.
yep. See you later. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.